Good morning, good people. Wow, 8 folks waiting for me. Fantastic. Thank you. Good morning, Robert, Las Vegas Urban Treasure Hunter. Good morning, Robert and Melissa. Good morning, We Dig It. Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Traveling Detector. I need coffee. I just made a pot with 4 cups, so that should hold me. And good morning, American Relics, Paul, the first one in here this morning. So thank you very much. Don't know if it's Paul or Paul and Belinda. So thank you, folks, for being here this morning. Let me pull up on my second computer so I know I'm live. Hey, there I am. I'm live. Look at that. Do I still have no sound? Do I not have sound? I'm hearing me on my other computer. Good morning, Kay. Good morning, Cynthia. Somebody tell me if I have sound. There's sound. Okay, thank you, Corey. Clark's Cove, we hear you fine. Okay, thank you. Good morning, Mark Thomas. Treasure Hunting with Swifty. Good morning, Swifty. Thanks for being here. Out loud and clear. Thank you. Wow, guys, you've been in a minute and we've got 12 people here. That is fantastic. Thanks for all showing up, guys. This was one of those mornings where it still felt like 8 o'clock. Good morning, Ray Gonzalez. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Mr. Wayne and Kathy. Good morning, Bill. Wayne and Kathy are a treasure bum and flip flop girl. Wayne huts quite a bit with Pat. He lives over by Pat on the East Coast, but he is also a member of our club. And Wayne and his wife have been driving over and enjoying our coast for the last few weeks. Okay, we're all over here now from Tommy's. Thank you, Tommy. Appreciate that. Good morning, Mr. Charlie. Wow, so many people came in. Demon Rat, Cecil, good morning. Wow, let me scroll back here, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Mark Thomas, Preserving the Past. Oh my gosh, Chris is here. Good morning, Chris. Thanks for coming in. Jim Steele. Holy smokes, how did I miss all these people? I was too busy doing my sound check. Let me turn my other computer down even more. There we go. All right, now I can barely hear me, but I can see myself. That's scary. All righty, guys. Thanks for all being here this morning. Wow, 17 people jumping in this morning. Jim K, Chris, Rob, Mark, Corey, Jim, Cynthia, Cecil, Robert, Charlie, Kay, Tommy, Bill, Wayne, Ray. Wow, this is great, guys. You guys are awesome. Hit the like button, everybody. Yes. For some reason on StreamYard, they don't provide the like button on StreamYard. Kay says she's here for a short while going hunting with Shane again today. Wow, Kay, are you up in Pennsylvania? That's awesome, Kay. Good morning, We Dig It. Guys, I'm trying to get everybody to learn everybody's names. And We Dig It is Gene. Good morning. Welcome, Gene. That is awesome. Kay's just a world traveler. Chris, great to see you here this morning. Florida Knox. Hey, everyone. Mr. Dalton is stopping by. Side profile view. Yeah, that's when I look at the other computer. Good morning, Mr. Dalton. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. I'm not sure if he's working this morning, guys. My little handheld camera I have for the computer is not the most stable attaching thing in the world, but it does give me a nice high def picture as opposed to the laptop's camera. It's a new house party. Absolutely. Kay says she found a 53 Rosie and another political token yesterday. Congratulations, Kay. Here is the political token I found on the 24 property that Dalton and I just finished doing. Like I said, upside down. I thought originally was might have been Harry Truman, but when I looked at the name, it's Clarence E. Pravat for sheriff in Hillsborough County, which is where we were, and it says keep for good luck. Apparently, it wasn't real good luck because Mr. Charles E. Pravat did not, or Clarence E. Pravat did not win for sheriff, but that's a pretty cool political token I got, brass. So, Kay, congratulations on a political token. Leave her alone. Wow, there's so many comments coming in. You guys are going to keep me hopping today. Dirt Troll and Troy. I'm not at work. I'm actually going hunting on a Sunday morning. What the hell is up with that, Troy? Troy works like 24/7. Good morning, Richard Amphibious Archaeology. Wow, good morning. Shane's here. See It My Way 1. This is Shane Kubat with See It My Way 1. The blind metal detectorist with the greatest radio voice ever. I heard there's a party in this room this morning. Whoop, whoop. That was my Lou Indiana Tones impression. Whoop, whoop. Just stopped by a bit before church, Rob. I hope everyone has a great Sunday. Well, you enjoy church. We dig it. And Denise's dad is in the other room listening to Mass right now on TV. Gene, since it's hard for him to get out. No, Shane, Ohio River History is down here in Texas visiting his. Oh, well, that's cool. Ms. Kay, let Ohio River History know that I got his. We might as well talk about this now, guys. I got mail this week, Mr. Shane from the other Shane from Ohio River History. He sent me some stickers this week. I got them, and I have already shipped him out my stickers in a nice sticker exchange. So if anybody would like to exchange stickers, let me put my email up here. There is my email. Very cool. Very cool. Mine is Rolly. Okay, Roland. Thank you. Good morning, Miss Roland. Thanks for being here today. I'm already behind, guys. Ray, thanks for letting us know that. Marty Verstal's digging what Marty's here. Good morning, Marty. Wow, I can't believe we're up to 19 people already. This is awesome. Treasure hunting with Swifty. Rumor has it that Kay and Mary Lou are coming to our seated hunt in May in Virginia. Well, that would be awesome, Swifty. I know Pat's hoping to go too, Park Rat Pat. He was talking about that on another stream the other day. Wow, everybody's here saying good morning to each other. This is great. Guys, thanks for all being in here so much this morning. Rob, I don't know if you've seen my message, but I talked to Jeff Plugmaster Ford, and he said at Missouri, Mike is doing surprisingly better. No, thank you, Richard. Thank you very much. I just checked. Plugmaster Ford's page before I came on, and he has not updated it. So thank you very much, Richard. I would not have known where else to look for that. And I also checked my messages, Richard, so I didn't see yours. Oh, Pat wants the link. Oh, now I got to go back and find Charlie's comment so I can take it off. Oh, no, I guess I can just put somebody else's over it, right? Yes. Okay. Roland, have a good day out there, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Hang on. Shane wants or Pat wants the stream. There we go, Pat. It's coming, buddy. My friend Rolly is here from Australia, Rob. Well, that is just way too cool, Tommy. I don't have any friends in Australia. I got people I know in England. Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Miss Denise Kidder. Denise, I got your text message and I got your link and I played it, but I didn't understand what it was about. So we'll talk after the stream, Denise. Good morning, Mr. Pat.
Hey, everybody.
It is so weird seeing you in a baseball hat, sir.
I gotta do something with my volume because I'm getting an echo.
Well, you're fine here.
I don't know if
Nope, you're coming through absolutely perfect. My computer says Google Chrome is using your microphone. Well, I hope so.
we can do
Pat,
about
I don't know if
volume
you
here.
heard while you're waiting to come in. Richard heard from Plugmaster 4, Jeff, who says that Missouri Mike is surprisingly doing better, or doing better, and it's a surprise to everybody on the upside. Can you hear us, Pat?
Not sure how this is working now.
Pat, can you hear me? Because we can hear you, so stop playing with buttons. Rob, you need a co-host to help you out. You're getting more people here on Sunday mornings. I know, and Denise used to do it for me.
I'm trying to be a co-host.
Well, we can hear you, Pat.
Yeah, well, I had to go back to my YouTube tab and turn down the volume.
Oh, yeah. That's what I had to do when I was in somebody's stream yesterday. I forget when somebody asked you to come in the room. I went to Mike Lyman's Mallyman's stream last night.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize when you click to come on the stream, it opens up a second window, and then your first window stays open. And that's where same thing you just did. I was hearing an echo, and I had to go in and turn myself down on the original stream.
Yep. So, all right, much better now. Had to wear a hat today because I didn't feel like running a brush through,
Troy says he won a pickle.
It's about time for that monthly park.
I would say so.
Hey.
See, Pat, if you get all your hair shaved off, you don't need a haircut for like 3 months.
No, I want to do that big 80s hair like we did.
Yeah, you do that.
That's it. Get that whole flippin' feathered look. Try to look like Sean Cassidy.
It's almost midnight in Australia. He is off to bed. Well, that's cool. Oh, so he was on the stream with us. When you said visiting you, I thought he was here, Tommy. Okay, that's all right, Tommy. I live in a confused state. Did you see what Shane said? I went live last night and I had 300 people watching. Then I woke up. Good morning, weird guy in park. Welcome. Wow, guys, we just zipped over 23 or over 20 real fast. How many? Wow, we're at 24 likes and we've already got one negative. So our negative person is already here right off the bat this morning.
That is awesome. And I'm trying to read up the comments and see who's here. Looks like CQ's here. Treasure Bum and Flip Flop Girl are here. Of course, Shane, the Clarks. Love the Clarks, man. Kay's here. Good crowd. Susie Q. She's getting.
Good morning, Scott Jarvie. Kay says a V pickle is on my list, Troy. Well, Kay, you just go hunting with Dalton and you won't find any, but you'll be happy to see them because he will find plenty for you. The 24 house that Dalton and I did Thursday, she gave me permission after I did it solo Tuesday to bring somebody back on Thursday, and Dalton just killed it there. I know I'm not saying anything that's surprising to you good people.
Yeah.
But I see, but see that's fine. I don't tone in. I don't like. I mean, oh, trust me, I love finding a Buffalo or V nickel, and I found a V nickel in November and December. So finding two V nickels in 30 days was like a major thing for me. But he really tunes his machine in to look for those 12, 13s and sometimes 11s too. Because in Florida here in our soil, the V nickels go down to 11.
I see Shane from See My Way One. He's saying I should grow a 1 foot mohawk.
Good morning, Susie. Well, this morning when I comb mine, guys, it still stands straight up. I shaved it for Charlie, uh, who dared me to for Florida Hunt 7. And Denise was like, I thought you were going to shave that down the rest of it. I'm like, I'm just letting it grow with the rest of the hair. The girl that cuts my hair, she thinks it's growing back in fast, but I guess when it's your hair, you just think it takes forever. But good morning, Susie.
Hmm.
But
Jim
Troy says he
Cole from Austria is here. Looks like you've gone transcontinental or intercontinental or whatever it is.
Did you see what Martin says around our brother recovery? The Red and Green Show is back. For you folks that aren't familiar with the Red and Green Show, a buddy of mine from Detroit area, that used to be a local cable show, and I guess they went syndicated, and it was two goober guys, and I guess they were red and green, and now me and Pat are wearing red and green hats.
Hey,
So it's the goober red and green show.
it's a tribute. Heck yeah. Okay, well, somebody said
It's an homage. It's a
Tucker is
homage.
here. I still haven't found a V nickel in the wild yet either. It's sad. Clark's have found red and green. Yeah.
Hello, Covers. There you go. Martin saying good morning to everybody. Denise Kidder, they auctioned off coins in 4 rolls of wheat pennies. They sold for $700 on the hope that a 43 is in those rolls. That was the craziest auction I have seen. Wow, Denise. Yeah, you told me to go to a certain spot, and I saw her starting to announce the auctions. I didn't know she had. Man, my last 5 rolls of wheat pennies I paid $20 for. Of course, even though they were unsearched, there wasn't going to be a 43 copper penny in there.
Oh, hell no. I've got a big box of wheat pennies that I had gotten from that one sale, and I'd gone through them all, and I have like everything except an 09, and then it dawned on me after finding that 22, and somebody said the 1922s are rare if they're unminted. It's like, I never looked for those in the box,
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I had every year, and that was the only year I didn't have.
Good morning, Commander Noob, a semi-neighbor of mine here in Pasco. He has won one of my giveaways before, and I personally hand delivered his prize, but unfortunately he wasn't home. His wife took it for me. Southern Relics say you have a Trump haircut, and that's all I'm saying for that, Pat.
Oh, should I sweep it all to one side?
I don't know, Pat. You got any orange mascara in there you can put all over your face?
You gotta make it actually go the other way for the camera, right? I may have to redo that. Unfortunately, I can't do a Trump face. I'm pretty good with a Baldwin, though. Yeah, I can do the Baldwin a little bit.
Yeah, I heard Swifty talking about this the other day. He says he's going to be shaving his head and his beard off once it warms up. He says he shaves it periodically to make sure he checks for cancer spots. And you know what? I never thought about that. That's a good idea.
Especially out here in the Florida sun.
Yes. Yes. Everybody yells at me because I don't cover up enough out there in the sun.
People yell at you for not covering up enough in the dark.
Well, that's true too. or in Zoom meetings. So good morning, traveling detector Tim. Susie says I'm upstairs or my upstairs neighbors making so much noise the cops are at the old folks home. Wow, you live in a rocking old folks here home, Susie. Whistle pig digging. Dale, good morning.
Susie says I look more like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Susie says she's never found a V nickel. I was telling Martin on the phone the other day that that Dalton found a silver thimble on the house we were at, and he almost hung up the phone on me because I'm not allowed to use the word thimble in Martin's presence.
Uh-oh.
He has not found one yet. And I still haven't found a V nickel after 25 years. Well, you probably have, Shane. Nobody's just told you that.
You found
Oh,
one
good morning. Good morning,
tokens.
Carl. Speaking of Carl Becker being here, hold on.
Good morning, Dale. Everything's getting rolling here. People still waking up.
There are several people that I am extremely late sending prizes out to.
Cynthia Swearingen says her husband shaves his head to check for bald spots.
Now that Carl Becker's in here, there are like 5 people that I owe prizes to from like a month and a half ago. So Carl, there is yours in an envelope ready to go out. Stamp on there tomorrow, Monday. Frankie, PD Sandigger, yours is there. And Nick Haas, yours is here too. And Cynthia just sent me her address, so I will be getting Cynthia's silver quarter out to her. And then I think I only have 1 or 2 more to do, and I am caught up on prizes, and we could start doing giveaways again.
Woohoo!
Oh,
Still got
somebody was saying in
resend.
Somebody was saying in a stream last night, good morning or good afternoon, Jeff. I guess it's afternoon where you're at, General Dighole, Jeff. I think it was Kay was telling us in Mike Mallyman's live stream last night that YouTube is changing the rules for giveaways, and you cannot require people to be a subscriber. Yeah, that's exactly what I said, Pat. F that. That's still going to be one of my rules, and we'll see what they do about it.
It cannot.
Southern Relics is saying the same thing. LOL, red and green. So Southern Relics knows red and green too.
You don't necessarily have to say this person is a subscriber, but a lot of times when you click on a person to see who they are, it will tell you how many videos they've commented on.
Wait. Where do you find that at?
Let me see if I can pull it up on the phone and show you.
Okay, you do that, and I'll talk to some people here. Weird Guy in Park says he got a silver $50 yesterday at 64 Kennedy. Congratulations. I have not yet found a silver Kennedy. I have found 2 silver Ben Franklins and 3 silver Walkers and 2 clad Kennedys, but I have not found a silver Kennedy, whether it's 40 or 90. So congratulations, Weird Guy in Park.
Okay, so here's what I've got going here. Just so everybody's clear. I just went to my channel on YouTube on my phone and picked one of my videos, and there's Tarsachi MDT. His name's Aaron, and that was a week ago. Now, when I touch him, it pulls him up, and down there on my channel, he's made 2 comments.
Okay. Now, is that on the phone app only, or can you do that on the computer? I don't think you can do that on the computer.
I'm not sure, but the intel has to be there somewhere. I'll pick another user like oops, now I got to go back.
First off, while you're finding that, congratulations, Jim, on finding an 1892 O quarter and a 43 licensed bicycle license plate.
Ooh,
oh, both of those are very cool.
So yeah, I'm just gonna pick a new subscriber. I'm here, Ian Gath, and it should pull him up. And see by him, let me get the focus right here.
Actually, bring it a little more. There you go.
He's given me 108 comments. So that's
wow.
He's been subscribed to me for a while. So even if I don't recognize a person's name right off, you know, you can't require them to be a subscriber, but you must have commented.
Oh, you can use that.
On at least 10 videos. I must have had at least 25 comments from you. This way I know you've been with me for a while. And
see, that's a nice way to get around that. And also,
if it's a brand new name, I'll go back and look, because they could be putting 25 comments on one video.
Yes. So, all right. Let me catch up here, Rob. Jeff from General Dighole says Rob got a Roman ring and a Roman silver coin this week. See, Not only is that awesome, but that is something you're never going to hear a American or U.S. digger say. So that's incredible. Forrest Cove says he's never seen an 1892 quarter. Neither have I, Robert. Troy says he's heading to Tampa. Great, Troy, because you know we've been getting some great permissions there and killing it in Tampa lately. Now Susie still says she's got to take it easy, let herself build back up the stamina to go out hunting, which is what you got to do. I have. Cecil says he's found a 43 Merc. That was the second silver coin I found was a Merc. Kay says her hair's thinner, but her daughter's super thick. Yeah, I'm really behind here.
You are way behind.
Yes, I am.
We are hell and gone from hair conversation.
I see that. This is going to sound really bad, but I'm trying to read these comments and drive, so I better just drive. Yeah, Troy, worry about the driving. I've driven with you, okay?
Yeah, we all need to worry about your driving.
Jim says this is what I needed, a great laugh. Well, I'm telling you, Jim, we're here for the laughs. I'm telling you.
Oh, big time. But we're not kidding about Troy, man. He's the only guy I know that makes you sign a waiver before you get in. It's like,
and leave it with somebody so it's not in the car in case there's the accident. Oh.
He's got alcohol for you just to make the ride more bearable.
Yeah, not for him, for his passengers.
At first, I thought it was to slow me down detecting, but no, it's just to keep me mellow on the ride.
Well, that's okay because I have another guy I hunt with sometimes who literally, and I love you if you're here, but sometimes he drives like Miss Daisy. So if I have to choose to get somewhere fast, I'm heading with Troy.
I drive kind of slow.
To dive and detect. Well, that's a cool channel name. Welcome. Southern Relics says, I just found your channel, gave you some support. Thank you, Southern Relics, to that channel. Ooh, awesome. Thank you, Southern Relics.
Hunter popped in. He's on his phone, so he can't say hello to everybody. He's looking for treasure, so I'm guessing he's out in the field right now.
Shane says, don't worry, Rob, my driving's pretty bad, too. Shane, I keep telling people, I tell people very seriously that you're a bus driver, and people are not sure if I'm being serious or not, so they don't know what to say to that. Laughter is the best medicine. You got that right, Ray. I totally believe that.
I told them you work at Home Depot as a lighting consultant.
That's awesome, Pat.
We got Deej in the house. Good morning, Deej. She says, morning, Rob and Pat.
Good morning, Deej. Mark the Berg Hunter says he loves you guys. I love the guys, but I'm on his phone, so he can't say hello because he's looking for treasure. Well, you keep looking for
St.
treasure.
Lucie Metal Detecting is here. I need to put the dog away. I'll be right back.
St. Lucie Metal Detecting, welcome. So, guys, I think the Dive and Detect is a new channel here, so everybody please go out and check out his channel because I definitely will. Miss Denise Kidder, anyone want to hunt at Rocks Beach with me tomorrow? I'll be there around 9 a.m. for a few hours today. I have to do yard work. Well, Denise, I can't promise you I'll be there, but I would love to be there with you. Oh, yeah, Susie, anytime you can get anything from the World's Fair, there's a lot of people out there, Susie, that collect World's Fair memorabilia. But St. Lucie Metal Detecting Channel, welcome. We haven't seen you in a while. Appreciate you being here. Detecting Smith. Oh, my God, we have Detecting Royalty in the house. Oh, good morning, Jason and Mama. And we certainly hope you are feeling better, buddy. Shane says he's a bus driver and a logger. He only does the chainsaw part of the logging. Oh, Shane drives very well. Yes, he does. Smash that like button, everybody. Thank you very much. How many we got in here? We got 32 watch. Oh my gosh, we're at 32. Oh, this is awesome, guys. Oh my gosh. I tell everyone he's a judge for wet t-shirt contest. Yeah, Tommy, but he's got to use the Braille method to judge them. Oh, yes, a week old. Okay. Susie says, Denise Kidder, Indian Rocks Beach should be safe. The vermin is over trespassing up and down the East Coast. And let him. I'm sorry, you East Coast metal detectors have to deal with that, but he's off our beaches. We were just talking about the vermin, Pat.
Ah, jeez, yeah. I had to reach out. One of the members of our club locally, a very good guy, very intelligent. He's written a couple of books. His name's Terry Shannon. Probably a lot of you have heard of him. And he announces on Facebook, oh, there's a video with the part 1 or part 2 of my interview from blah, blah, blah with the vermin, and it was really, really awesome. Da da da. So I reached out to Terry and let him know the background on this guy. And it was like, Terry has a very good reputation and he's got a very good name for himself. He's built up, just by being genuine and being really good at what he does. And it was like, you do not want to get tangled up with this guy. I say, I know myself and several others, have stayed away from being Kellyco Associates because he's there. I told him about the door knocking thing, and it was like, I don't want this guy to taint your reputation or name in any way. So this is my heads up.
I'm not going to I'm not going to use any names, but I actually got a call from an East Coast detector who said that he called them and has been bugging them to go out every day just so he can get in their video.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I can't tell you what to do with your channel, but he's been traveling around the state, he drove all the way down to Miami, straight, like 9 hours it takes to get to Miami from Tampa Bay, just so he could be in one of Meryl's videos, a night video he did, and say that he was on the beach with Meryl because he knows Meryl's channel is so popular and Meryl's such a has got a good reputation in the metal detecting community. So anyway,
that's like saying I met Eva Longoria because her bodyguard pushed you out of the way.
Yeah.
Good morning. Yeah, we were at the restaurant together.
Good morning, James and Rebecca. Messy's Holes here. Wow, we got some big channel names here, folks. Thanks for popping in this morning.
How is this Messy Hole says I'm invisible? How's that?
Well, you went to go put the dog away.
Oh yeah. She was going crazy, so I gave her a pizzle.
Yeah, we all hate ant bites. I'll tell you something. Dalton's a young, spry guy, but we were all hunting one time up at that church permission, Pat, and he stood in that fire ant pile. Let me tell you something. That man moved fast.
Yeah. It'll get you. And you know what gets me is when it happens, you've got that split-second moment where you want to brush off your legs and run out of there, but you also need both hands to carry your gear because you're not going back into the ants for it.
Well, and you're not going to drop an $800 detector, so you're just going to have to take that first bite till you can lay your equipment.
Oh, yeah, that first 8,000 bites, be like, I got scars all over my ankles from those.
Lucy Metal Detector channel says the damn COVID had him screwed up for a while. Well, we're hoping you're recovered. The comment right below you, detecting Smith, is Jason Smith, and he got COVID too, and he's recovering. Good morning, Silver Wrench. And you know what's funny, Pat, and I'm going to bring this up now, and I know we're all in a good mood, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. I'm not good at this. I don't like doing it, but since me and you talked, Pat, 5 minutes before I went live, I have gotten an update. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because we're joking about Dalton moving fast with the fire ants. Mr. TJ and I were leaving our meeting last Monday, and we both needed gas. We both pulled into a gas station together, and I flipped open my gas little hinge, and then he started laughing because I screamed like a little girl. A wasp had built a nest inside my gas thing, and when I opened the flap and stuck my hand in to unscrew the thing, they attacked me and stung my hand. And of course, I'm looking at TJ talking to him and not paying attention. And man, I felt that pain hit me, and I just screamed like a little girl. And he started laughing, and I looked down, and there's this wasp stuck to my finger, and he thought it was funny. So, guys, that is going to be my funny story with TJ. And now here is my sad news. over 300 of you watched my video on TJ and Missouri Mike. I am happy to say that Richard Amphibious Archaeology has said that Missouri Mike is on the mend and has surprisingly taking a turn for the upside very quickly. So that is great news. But I am here, and I'm very, very sorry to announce that TJ has basically his coma is basically he has no neurological function, and he is basically brain dead. And the family is coming in to make a decision when to take him off the ventilator. He was without oxygen for 18 minutes. His heart stopped in the ambulance twice on the way to the hospital, and they were able to revive his heart, but he was just without oxygen for too long from his major heart attack. And TJ is no longer with us, which is extremely difficult for me to take because the day before this happened, he came to our first club function with his daughter. They had a blast. The guy was running around like he had balls of energy, and this just came out of the blue. So I thank everybody for watching the video and giving me your prayers and giving him your prayers. And I'm happy to say that Missouri Mike is getting better, but TJ is no longer with us. So
Just goes to remind you to appreciate the people you got, and
I know.
always,
You just
always
don't.
let people know you love them, you care about them. You know, even if it's not that strong, you know, even if it's not a great relationship, you know, if you're walking away from somebody and you do plan on seeing them again, at least give them a meh, all right, you know, but some sort of appreciation.
Well, if you go to TJ's page, his last name was Payton, Payton, just like Walter Payton. Uh, I I want to be respectful in every way I can. So TJ had a girlfriend 9 years ago, and she got pregnant, and they had a baby, and the relationship didn't work out between them, but they have stayed very good friends, and they are very good co-parents, and they both live close to each other. And her family's here, and some of his family's here. So their daughter Jo, who, like I said, I met at our fun picnic Saturday. Wayne was there. Pat, your buddy, and TJ sat with me and Wayne and his wife, and then his daughter got up and she hung up all the bingo, the bingo cards and the tic tac toe, and then she ran around delivering everybody's little prizes that we win in our fun games we play at our picnic, and she played Miss Vanna White, and everybody gave her a clapping and standing ovation at the end, and she was just beaming ear to ear. And I looked over at TJ; he was beaming ear to ear, and it was just I am so glad that my last day was a great day with TJ. That's why I put that segment of the video when we were up there at that permission he got, where he got that barber quarter, and he was just ecstatic. He loved two things in life dearly. He loved metal detecting, but metal detecting came a distant second to taking care of his daughter and being with his daughter. There was plenty of times I called him and said, "Hey, I can actually get out for a few hours." He goes, "Nope, I got my daughter this weekend, and it's her weekend, and I'm spending time with her." And so I will be talking to his ex-girlfriend hopefully later this week. She called me and gave me a status this week, and I will hopefully talking to her and finding out when services are, and I will hope to be going to those. So
at least all these last memories were good and happy ones. You know,
yes,
he was a decent guy. It was good to be around. He was intelligent, but he was laid back. You know, and I
yeah.
didn't.
It's funny if you looked at him with the hat off. It was funny because when we got together for Florida Hunt 7, and Charlie digging it back, dared me to get the mohawk again. TJ took his hat off and he had a mohawk, and so when you looked at him with his mohawk and his little goatee type beard, he looked like Billy Badass Biker. And but like you say, Pat, nicest guy in the world. Was so gentle with his daughter, and everything was about her. So, but
Good memories.
yep. So we'll have good memories. I mean, I know, like Cynthia said, Cynthia's like, oh my God, she met him up at Florida Hunt 7. A lot of people met him up at Florida Hunt 7. A lot of folks got to dig with him. I know he was really looking forward to it. Him and his buddy Frank. and it was his first big metal detecting trip. So, Susie, he had a massive heart attack. When they got him to the hospital, they did an MRI, and he had total 100% blockage in one of his arteries to his heart. So they did emergency surgery, put a stent in, so that cleared up the blockage and got his heart going better. But they wound up doing an EEG, I guess, later on, and there was no neurological function. TJ was. I'm not going to get into, like I say, we don't get into politics here. We don't get into religion here, and I'm not going to get into ragging on people about any bad habits because everybody knows that I'm overweight, and I know that, and I'm trying to work on it right now. But TJ was an extremely heavy smoker, and yet he knew his dad died at 42 from a heart attack. I don't know if his father smoked or not, but when you have, when you have a family history of heart ailments and you're a smoker, you increase bad odds. And, it just seemed like those odds caught up to him when none of us saw that or expected it.
It's true. And,
So,
there's something out there waiting to catch up with each of us. I'm looking at the comments. I see the Detective Smiths are here. Elchi Rez is here. I hope
hi, Elchi Rez. I missed him. Sorry. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you,
he just came in. Here we go. Yep, Plugmaster Ford said he's doing surprisingly better. That's awesome.
Okay.
See the Detective Smiths here.
Let me answer to Dive and Detect. He says, I'm new to the metal detecting community. What happened to Missouri Mike? Back in September, October, Dive and Detect, he had a stroke either driving to work, and he was able to get to the hospital, and they gave him blood thinners or whatever they do for a stroke, and he recovered pretty quickly from the stroke. He was having trouble with his words and his speech for a while, but after 3-4 weeks of healing up, him and Mike started hunting together. He was doing real well. The stroke was brought on by him getting COVID, the first stroke, from what I understand. He thought he had a cold, but then when he had the stroke and went in there, they tested him and he was positive for COVID. So he wound up getting his first COVID shot after he got better. And then from what I understand, after Plugmaster Ford did the second post, they thought this was a stroke too. He was at work, but it turned out to be a seizure, and he had the seizure the day after he got his second dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, I know my sister. I have an older sister who's over 65, so she was able to get her 2 shots, and she told me she got very sick on her second shot the day after, and apparently this second shot had a very bad reaction for Mike, and he had a seizure. So it wasn't a second stroke; it was a seizure. I don't know if it was brought on by the COVID shot or not, or a reaction, but so this is why, without being a second stroke, he's hopefully getting much better now because they're hoping it was just a bad reaction to the COVID-19 shot. And that's where we are with Mike, and he's getting better. So we're all very, very happy to hear that.
I'm not sure what we're missing here, but I'm looking in the comments and I see Shane Kubat saying, "What kind of test, Susie? Herpes? LOL." And then Susie's down there saying, "In your case, a vision test." And it's like, I don't know what they're talking about, but somebody's having fun out in that audience. We need to get somebody else up on the screen here and turn this into more of a party.
Absolutely, absolutely. If people
Put that link up again and see if we have any
about herpes tests.
Maybe we get Jason Smith up here or some of the new people.
Oh, I'd love to have Jason in here if he wants to come. He says, I was told you're not supposed to have any of the shots until after you've been COVID free for 90 days. Yeah, see, Jason, I don't know anything about that. And I don't know if that's the case with Mike.
Yeah, go ahead and post that link, Rob, and we'll see if somebody jumps in.
Yes, sir. We'll certainly do that. Boom. There we go. See it my way one. I got tested, Susie. I have CSS. Can't see shit. That's similar to DKS, which is don't know shit. So, if anybody wants to pop in and say hi, it was very nice.
See me with my Sunday morning hair, so don't be shy.
Yeah, you can tell it's a little chilly here, guys. Pat's got his flannel shirt on over his polo.
Oh yeah, well, it's mostly probably to keep my pipe warm.
It's probably only in the 50s or 60s, but to us in Florida, that's freezing, right, Pat?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, I get
Yeah,
the
see, there's Swifty. He's got
Miles too.
CRS, which is can't remember crap.
Yeah.
Good morning, Nick Haas. Nick, your ears must have been ringing. I did find your address, Nick, and I guess I shouldn't be showing people's addresses. I got your address, Nick, and your silver dime is bundled up and going out tomorrow, along with Frankie's and Carl Becker's. Everybody's prizes are going out tomorrow, and when I get caught up on my prizes, we can start doing some more giveaways, guys.
We've got a first timer here. I just missed it. The things are going by. Old Gringo is in
Old
the
Gringo, welcome. He's been here
first timer
before.
from beautiful
First time?
downtown Inverness.
Oh, well, you're only like an hour and a half away there, Old Gringo. Fantastic. You are right near Martin, Randolph Relic Recovery. Oh, somebody is texting me. And it's not Pat, obviously.
No.
Oh, Troy looks like he's got a find already. Hold on.
That's slob. Come
Rob,
on.
I know you're on your live stream. My first hole I dug at this park. Are you ready for picture to follow? Go ahead, slob.
My day. Yeah. Come on now. Y'all can't be that shy. Somebody pop up on screen.
Oh, detecting Smith is here.
All right, there we go. Hey, Jay.
Okay. Here's Mr. Troy out there being a slob.
Oh,
Leave it to
got
Troy.
the big P
Leave
above
it to
it.
Troy.
Silver war nickel for his first hole in a park. He must think
he's already hit 1,000 times, right?
Yeah, he probably thinks he's Dalton or somebody. Good morning, Mr. Jason. If I may say so,
Good
sir,
morning.
you look pretty damn good.
I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good.
Retirement will do that to you.
Yeah. I tell you, I've been busier now than I was when I was working.
Well,
But I have
that's what I
found-
wanted to ask you. When I was
Nice
texting you last
faces.
week, and asking if you're getting back on your feet, you just threw in one quick line that says, "Yeah, now that I got more free time on my hands," so I had to ask you. I'm assuming you retired then.
Oh yes, I retired at the end of February.
The end of February. Okay, so that's 20 days ago. Fantastic. Well, congratulations on your retirement, sir.
Thank you.
So now
I've
you
been
can come to
enjoying it.
Florida, and you don't have to have anybody telling you can't leave to go to Florida.
That's the great thing about it is I can do what I want to, when I want to, the way I want to.
Yep.
Look
That's
at
one of
this.
the things I really enjoy about being retired. But you know, Jason, there's phases you're going to go through in this first year of retirement. And right now you're in the busy, active, I can do anything I want to phase.
Man, I got this huge
I
echo
hit that.
on.
I can do anything I want to phase. You know, so there's ups and downs and plans and schemes, but after a while you just kind of fall into that, hey, this is what life is supposed to be. And it's awesome.
I've spent a lot of time cleaning.
Yeah, but once you get all that busy work out the way.
I'll tell you, some people retired, Jason. They say they don't know how they had time for work with all the stuff they're doing.
That's been me here lately.
Although I kind of enjoyed it when I was the only one retired and my wife wasn't, because I knew that a certain part of the day just belonged to me. And then after that, we do stuff together. And of course, now we're both retired. So now when I take a certain part of the day just for me, I feel like I'm abandoning her. That's what you call a crap-a-lanche. They happen.
This is how Pat got hurt the last time.
You need to put a hard hat on.
It's like something shifted and I didn't move. I could see it happening behind me.
Okay, hang on. Let me catch up on a few people here. Digging with Deej says her brother's home from the hospital. Fantastic, Deej. He's looking at 12-week recovery minimum for broken sternum alone. Ow. Deej, I'll text you after the stream and you can fill me in on that. Sorry to hear that, but I'm glad he's getting better. Deej, I'll text you after the okay. Jim Steele, on the news in Missouri, a 36-year-old pregnant lady was tested for COVID and was negative and given the vaccination, and then her baby was born with COVID. Well, that's weird. Yep, Jim Steele says, Jason, you're looking good, sir. Everybody's saying congratulations on your retirement, buddy.
Nathan Kakis says, "Why is everybody wearing glasses? Because God loves us more."
Yeah.
Because we're old.
Four
And
eyes are better than
read
two.
these comments.
Actually, I do this for the benefit of society. I don't really need these. These are technically my birth control glasses. Nobody's coming after me looking like this.
Oh, it's the glasses. Okay, I understand. It's just the glasses.
Yeah. It's always been the glasses.
D says an airbag went off and the cover hit his sternum. Yeah, from what I understand, those things go off with the force. So I guess he was in a car accident. I have to tell you guys a story back from my police days. I was at an accident scene I got called to, and one of the firefighters called me over and he goes, You gotta come over here and see this car. So there was a lady in a Mercedes going south on the highway, and these kids in a stolen car made a left in front of her, and she T-boned these kids' stolen car. And he goes, Let me tell you how fast this airbag went off. He goes over and he picks up the deflated airbag on the steering wheel, and there is a lipstick in the size of a big O. All she got out was the O for oh shit before the airbag hit her in the face, and her lipstick was just this big where she was opening her mouth, and it was just hilarious. That's how fast that airbag was. She didn't even get oh shit out before the airbag hit her.
Yep. There's been a few pictures they put on bags have like the full makeup job on them because they hit so hard.
Nathan Kakis, happy birthday yesterday. Good morning. Jim says, I know I'm not going to get the vac back in 75. I got the swine flu. Hang on. My things go by me and spent the next 30 days in the hospital. So, yep, everybody's saying happy birthday to Nathan.
Happy birthday, Nathan. Shall we all sing?
You the people don't want to hear me sing. I joke
don't
I
hear me
sing
sing
so
either.
bad. I don't sing in the shower. That's how bad I sing, okay?
I can't dance either. I have two
You
left.
don't want to lose any viewers, do you?
Well, that's a whole comedy routine if you guys want me to. Well, listen, since I have 3 co-hosts in here, I'm going to go refill my Clark's Cove coffee cup.
There you go.
All righty.
They got me a new cup, Jason, at Florida Hunt 7 because they saw that I broke and dropped my Reese's cup coffee cup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Along with
that's
the
great.
along with the pig sticker that Robert gave me
That's nice.
from a railroad tie, Swifty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is cool.
And let
Man,
me tell you something. This mother is sharp too.
man, you could skin a deer in no time with that thing.
Yes, sir.
Bring it up to you to hunt with you.
Yeah, man. Let's put it to use. I like
Okay,
a good knife.
The trick here is to wait about 20 seconds and make sure that all of us on screen agree that as soon as Rob starts to come back in the view, we all freeze.
Okay. Sounds like fun to me.
Just to screw with his head. So, like, as soon as we see him come back into frame, done for. It's because it's always good to laugh, and he's good for that.
Mm-hmm.
Man, be around. It's like great to hear Rob laugh. You know, what I mean, he just like if something strikes him funny, there's no mistaking it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't hold that stuff in.
So, Pat, did you find anything good yesterday?
No, I didn't hunt yesterday or today because the day before I hurt my back. So
All right.
on the right half of my back, from like mid shoulder blade down to about the middle of my back, just like somebody cut me with a knife. So,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Pat, be honest. More crap fell on you in the garage. Yeah, you guys are funny. You guys are really funny. You know what? You did that very well. None of you moved at all. That was hilarious.
Do we get you on that or no?
That was great. Except that I heard you talking about it in the kitchen.
Well,
I
kind of figured as much.
mm-hmm.
I didn't figure
how
I
good his
saw
hearing
Rob wearing
was.
headphones. So.
Usually at the Zoom meeting. If he's 5 feet away, you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Anything but
it's
his
finally,
choice.
it's finally after all those boxes and boxes and boxes that I've been doing, looking for silver over the last 3 months since my one credit union started getting the coins back in. Now that hopefully this COVID thing is on its downswing, they finally started getting coins back in, and I could order halves. I've been ordering halves for 3 months, and I have done. I'm not going to give the number because here's a little hint for the 32 people in here this morning. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for people to guess how many boxes of silvers or how many boxes of halves I did without finding silver. So I'm not going to give that number out. Yeah, but I checked a lot of boxes without finding silver. And finally, last week, I got boxes from the credit union. I finally found silver in both boxes. And then I got 2 more boxes yesterday from the bank. And I did the first one yesterday, and I got more silver, including a Ben Franklin.
Nice.
So it took 3 months, and I was on one of the other coin roll holding channels, and they basically said, I thought it was a great line. And I said, I haven't gotten silver in 3 months. And they said, you have to grind it until you find it. And that's exactly right. You just got to keep going through those boxes till you get one.
Mm-hmm.
Rob, please accept my Facebook request. I will definitely do that. Jeff, when we're off. Well, let's see if I can do 2 things at one time here. I'm not real good at multitasking, guys. But
Let's get a pool going. So things are shaping up pretty good for your seated hunt, Swifty. It looks like we're going to be able to raise a decent amount of money for the local volunteer firefighter.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time I've ever tried to host something like this. A couple friends said, "Hey, why don't we do a seated hunt?" And both of them are firefighters or have been in the police department and stuff. So we decided to, fundraiser for the local fire department here where I live. And we have all kinds of great stuff. We got a lot of donations already. We have some gold, some silver. We have Civil War relics. We have a Civil War breastplate that's going to be in the ground as well for someone to find. And I understand you're coming back.
That's cool.
Yeah, so we got a lot of cool stuff.
Where is this?
It's in Nelson County, Virginia, and it's on May 22nd. And if I can figure out how to put my email in here, if anybody's interested, you can reserve a spot by contacting me. So
yeah, now it's a seated hunt, and it's to raise money for the, like you said, the local firefighters to keep them up and good, and equipment costs and everything. So every bit helps.
Right. And it's a small company. They only have 10 active members for the whole community. So
we're hoping to get $2,000. It's $100 for the entry into it, and of course the prizes and food and all that good junk and stuff. And with cost of doing everything, we still believe there'll be that profit there. And
right.
So much stuff has been donated.
Denoted.
That's just straight profit. Denotated, yeah. Yeah, can't talk like the park rat in someone else's stream.
I know.
But yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a good event. It already looks like we're going to have a very decent crowd.
Dale, thanks for coming in.
A lot of folks from here are planning on coming. I know Metal Detecting with Randy is going to be there. Kay and Mary Lou are coming. I know Clark's Cove, they had hit me up. They're interested. I guess they got to look at the dates yet. Park Rat Pat, where are you? Over there?
Yeah, I'm right here to there.
Here we go with the Brady Bunch thing again.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody that I've been friends with for so long on either YouTube or Facebook, and I just know you through the internet. So I'm looking forward to meeting all these folks, and I hope we can do a live stream of the hunt, if not the whole thing, which is going to be several hours, but part of it would be if we can make that happen somehow, that would be awesome.
I'll tell you,
as long as you get better connection than the Clarks do, yeah.
Sunday morning up at Florida Hunt 7, we were all getting ready because we all made the decision that we weren't going to go back out to the actual property. We were all going to try and go find some other permissions or old ground to go hunt to see if we could find some better items. It was a little slow. And when Troy got in his truck and backed it out, and the Clark's Cove had tied the tin cans underneath his truck with the string, and I started laughing so hard when Troy was freaking out. I'd be honest with you, I completely forgot about my Sunday morning live stream up there. And I know Clark's Cove did a quick one from up there, and if I would have been on the ball, I would have just went to their room and got in on theirs.
Mhm.
And but I was laughing so hard from the strings and cans underneath Troy's truck but
No, what's going to be funny is when they get him with it a second time.
so Swifty, thanks for talking about your hunt, because a few people didn't know about that here.
Mm-hmm. I'm getting ready to post my email in the comments, so if anybody wants to contact me about things.
There you go.
There's
Shane
going to be
saying
there's a friend of mine has a small campground that can host many people who want a primitive if you want a primitive camp in your tent, she has running water in the porta john. It's $15 a night. And it's about 5 minutes from where the hunt is going to take place, which is the cool part about it. I think a bunch of us are just going to go there after the hunt and camp out and party, have a good time.
that's awesome.
Afterwards. Yeah. So,
yeah, I'll be getting a spot with her for the mobile command center.
Right. I think she has room for like 3 RVs, so you might want to hop on that quick and reserve your spot before both of those are gone. She also rents out a cabin. There's a log cabin there.
Susie, he's putting that information up here right now into the stream.
Yeah, if I wouldn't talk so much, I could get this done. Let's see. There we go. And also, if you go over to Treasure Hunting with Swifty and Friends on Facebook, all the info is there under the announcements. There's some pictures of the stuff that we have, and there you have it.
Just also for Jeff, General Dighole, I did accept your friend request on Facebook, so you can send me those pics. But Susie said she's only 3 hours from you, so she's interested in that.
Oh, great.
Jim's asking where the troops are, Jason. That it seems awful quiet there.
Yeah, I just it's very quiet. I just responded to him. They're at the grandparents this weekend, so we got the day to ourselves. The last of soccer was yesterday. I wanted to celebrate, so they are gone for the weekend. I'm telling you,
that's awesome,
man,
buddy.
Soccer's rough when you got 2 kids playing and you trying to, handle work and go here and do this and do that, and then you got soccer practice. But thank God the oldest one, she's old enough to drive now, so she's been helping us out with that. So, but then Saturdays are ate up with soccer plans. So we do anywhere from 3 to 4 soccer games a day on Saturday.
Oh, jeez.
He jumped from the side table to the dining table and almost fell off because he couldn't maneuver the box. I know, he's a doofus.
Holy cow! Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the cat just knocked.
I'll just have to sleep in my car. Oh.
Let's see. Susie asks where Nelson County, Virginia is. Sadie. It's in between Charlottesville and Lynchburg.
Sadie, come here.
But I think the hunt is more closer to
in the kitchen.
Bigfoot. The hunt is more closer to Lynchburg than Charlottesville.
Take it easy, Shane. Thanks for stopping in, brother. It was good having you here. He said he's got to go and take care of Bibnitz.
Oh, I see you already.
We have a guest with us. Say hi, big dog. Hi, big dog.
There you go.
Big dog had to lose some weight because he got as fat as Rob. She got as fat as Rob. So now instead of getting doggy treats, she gets frozen carrots, which she thinks is a doggy treat, so she eats them.
But every once in a while, you still slip her some Cheetos.
Denise says if I do that, I'm in a lot of trouble. So it ain't my dog, so no Cheetos this trip.
Too bad.
I usually
Lynchburg is the
I usually
closest
do.
place with hotels.
My dog
You're
loves
not-
your snaps.
But there is camping, like I mentioned.
We can hear Swifty.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had to mute it. What the hell? It
I'll
says
be there
mute.
as soon as I'm done with this stupid live stream. These people are boring me.
What the hell?
Oh,
All right, can you hear me now? You still hear me?
yeah.
What the hell? Oh, there's the mute button. How about now?
No, we can still hear you now. Maybe take your headphones off.
What?
There we go.
Can you hear us?
Yeah. I was just hitting the wrong button here.
Oh,
This
that's
new fandangle thing here, the Mrs. Whitney gave me here the other day. She says, I'm tired of hearing all the stuff that you're doing on the internet.
All right, guys. I don't know how to make it bigger, but Jeff General Dighole just sent me a picture on Facebook of the Roman ring he found. So I don't know how to make the picture bigger, but that's it right there.
mm-hmm.
The Roman. It looks gold. I don't know if it's going to be brass or copper, but that is awesome. Way to go,
And
Jeff.
They're usually small like that because a lot of people don't realize that Romans weren't big people. You know, but back in the day, your average Roman was about 5'6". You know, they weren't huge people. So yeah, the jewelry is smaller like that.
Wow, that's a good looking ring. Congratulations, Jeff.
Can you hear me now? We can hear you, Jim Steele. Pawns.
Shane, have a great day. Nathan says Jason looks like my uncle. Actually, well, yeah, you know your older uncle or grandfather type. Yeah, that's generally it. So
Hey, Reed's Art of Adventure just popped in the house. Good
Nice.
morning, Reed.
morning, Reed. We're
Glad
busting
to see you.
here. Oh.
Yep.
My
Hey, I'm gonna
comments
hop
are
off
about a minute behind.
I'm gonna hop off the live screen, but I still got you up here on my phone. I got to take care of some stuff, and I'll be around.
We'll be
Swifty,
here.
thanks very much for coming in and giving that
Take
information,
care,
buddy.
sweetie.
Yes, sir. Good seeing everybody, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, Rob, I don't know if you saw it. Nick's asked if you would hold up that railroad spike knife again if you had a chance.
That was cool business right there.
Let me do it that way so it fits in the camera.
Yeah, more.
You can see where it's been twisted.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
twisted
that's
scissor
where
right
I
there.
always have a problem with twisting mine. I've broke a couple trying to do that, but
Well, I
who
mean
made
that's
that? That's cool.
that's a what do they call that? An Alabama toothpick or something? I mean that's not quite Crocodile Dundee size, but we're getting there, folks.
Yeah. Somebody be hurting for certain. Did he make
I'm telling you, that thing is so. See, Rob shouldn't have sharp items like this. I injure myself with tools, much less really sharp objects.
Oh,
Do you have a sheath for it? You ought to consider having
You know what?
a nice little leather
You know
sheath.
what? The neighbor across the street has her own commercial sewing business. She sews boat tarps and covers, and she's the one that made me the sheaths for the digging knives. You know, remember a long time ago, I was giving away those generic digging knives as part of the prizes. They came with a really cheap sheath that had a cardboard backing on it, and she took one and did an outline, and she made me new sheaths in a really heavy boat canvas cover that Dalton and I now use for ours. And you know what? That's a really good idea, Pat. I'm going to have her make me a sheath for that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Pat, for that idea.
I'm surprised you hadn't thought of it yourself, but maybe you haven't been hurt enough.
Well, I'll be honest with you because I'm not a huge knife guy. I'm just knives. I'd rather go up against a guy with a gun than a guy with a knife. Knives just I don't like knives.
If y'all go back and look at my very first video, maybe even the first couple of videos, I made my own digging knives out of railroad spikes.
I do remember that.
Sure did.
Maybe that's something you can do more in your retirement.
Yeah, I still got a box of
the Detective Smith's digger. Start custom for people and selling them.
Custom railroad spike diggers. There you go.
Dude, those would make great prizes and giveaways and stuff. You know, I mean, a donation like that to like FH8 would be huge. So
hang on, I wrote myself a note yesterday, and the note just fell off the desk, kind of like Pat stuff did here a minute ago. But it was only 2 left. When I was on Mike Mallyman's, we were talking about Star Notes yesterday, and Mike told me he has 20 $20 bills, which is $400 for us math impaired people. He has 20 sequentially numbered mint condition $20 bills he got out of a ATM, and they're all sequentially numbered and they're all Star Notes. And that's a pretty damn rare thing, guys. And he says if anybody's interested in buying them, they're just sitting in his safe in perfect condition, but he does not need them and he no longer wants to collect them. So if anybody is interested in 20 sequential $20 bill Star Notes, Mallyman, M.A. Lyman, 24, has them, and you can contact him. There's my plug for Mike for the morning.
What's he want for him?
Well, he originally had them up for auction one time when he was doing some auctions on his page, and he couldn't even get face value for them. So I told him if I had an extra $400, they'd be at my house tomorrow. I mean, that's a cool thing. I was showing him on the stream. I don't know if anybody's interested in this. And a lot of people looked at this and they couldn't see what was special about it. I gotta line this camera up. If you look at the serial number real close, it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a ladder serial number on a $100 bill. And I know there's people out there that collect ladder bills, but I don't have the money to be sitting around collecting a $100 bill and putting it in a plastic case. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I'm going to put this on eBay or Craigslist or what, but I got this when I went and cashed in $1,000 worth of half dollars to go buy my next box. And one of the tellers gave me this note. So General Dighold says that ring was made out of bronze. Good morning, Reed. Nick says he finally won the Marble Racing Friday night on the Hunter GT's Twitch stream. You know, that's a cool thing about Marlon at 11:30. He does that duck race. And I keep having to find out where Marlon gets these cool little apps and games for his live stream. Because guys, we're working with a $20 Amazon camera and a laptop here. That's about as technical as I'm getting here. And I asked Pat last night how I was on a coin roll hunting thing, and a guy had his coins down straight on the table, but also in the right lower corner he had a picture of himself. And I asked him how he did that, and he says he takes his cell phone and logs onto his stream as a guest. And uses the picture from the cell phone. He allows himself. He puts himself in the stream as a guest, like I've got you and Jason on, and that gives him a second camera, and that's the 2-angle camera he uses for his coin roll hunting. So basically, take your cell phone
and prop it up over the coins.
Yes. I thought that was a cool idea. Kind of a low tech way of giving
call it coin cam and
the coin cam. There you go.
That's not a bad idea, man. There's always a solution.
Nick says they have a good selection of those knives at the Dollywood Blacksmith Gift Shop. Now there's a phrase you don't hear every day, the Dollywood Blacksmith Shop.
That's a nice place. They got a nice leather shop there too.
See, I thought for sure you were going to make a chess joke there, Pat. Absolutely.
No. As a matter of fact, I think I have something from there over here. Let me look for it.
This is scary, Jason. This is really scaring me.
I was just fixing to get up and go get the last railroad spike knife I made and bring it in.
Go ahead, buddy.
talking about Marlon, don't let me forget. I'm supposed to be on Marlon's show this morning, so I need to be out of here in time to get there.
Well, glad we could remind you of that, sir.
I had forgotten all about it until you just mentioned
It's funny because a lot of people in the metal detecting community asked me about you when you were gone for a while, and then I got a text from somebody saying, "Hey, where's Chad been? Wig TV, we haven't seen him in a month." So I contacted Chad, and of course, I happened to call on the day that they're launching that SpaceX rocket with the satellites on it. He's like, "I got to call you back. I'm a little busy right now." But a lot of people don't know that Chad works over at Cape Canaveral. And Jim Steele says, "I'll give you $59.99 for the $100 bill." Jim.
I'll be right back.
All righty. Nick says the duck race that Marlon does is fun. I know it is, Nick. It's a cool little program he's got.
I can't find it, so it must be inside somewhere. But I have this little leather pouch that's shaped like a cow, and I keep a lot of the silver that I find in there. You know, if I'm not in the mood to sort.
Maybe your 4142 Merc is in there.
It's a good possibility.
Good morning, Whimsy Maker. Jason's going to show us one of his, Pat.
Cool. And then after this, post that link again, because I'm sure we got a couple more people here who'd like to get up on screen. You know, house.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love the shine and the color on that, Jason. That is just gorgeous.
Yeah. It takes a lot of sitting and doing a lot of hand sanding to get one to clean up like that.
Yeah.
Wow. That looks like something one of the Avengers would carry.
Yeah. Did y'all see the last one I made for my wife? I posted on Facebook.
Well,
possibly.
I can't say I have because I'm really bad on Facebook. I don't go on there that much, which is why I didn't know about TJ for 3 days.
I don't either.
Good morning, Marlon. We were just talking about you, Marlon. Are your ears burning? So Marlon's here this morning. Susie's got to run. Thanks for being here, Susie. Hunter DG does the marble racing every Friday night at 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Okay, thanks, Nick. Nick Haas says that is ultra nice, Jason. It is uber nice. Nick says it would be awesome to have a whole set of those for steak night. Yeah, as long as you got a family that gets along.
Dude, learn how to mass produce them and sell them to the Outback Steakhouse.
I'll tell you something. The first time I ate there, what was it, 25 years ago at Outback or whatever, the first time they had one come to our town, we went there late at night, me and my then girlfriend, and we just ordered an appetizer, which was those cheese fries, those Aussie fries. And this thing came the size of a freaking pyramid, this mound. And I was like, well, maybe they're just giving us a lot because they're getting ready to close that night. And then you went back there a second time, and it was that's just the way they served them. That huge thing with that big, huge knife. It was like caveman knife and fork.
We always got those layered. And this way, instead of pouring everything on top, they put a little fries down, cover it with stuff, more fries, cover it with stuff. And this way, it was even all the way through.
Yeah, that's a coronary artery attack waiting to happen there, those cheese fries. But damn.
Oh, yeah. You eat that stuff, you can feel your heart slowing down.
Absolutely.
And you go back for more.
Oh, absolutely.
Thin it out with some onion.
Demon Rat says he got a letter from Marlon, so he's going to do a mail call video tomorrow.
Good morning, Marlon.
We reminded Jason he's supposed to be in your stream in an hour, Marlon. Or he remembered after being in. We mentioned your name.
All right, now, does anybody out there in the audience want to come on screen? Does Mayor want to come on, or?
Yeah, let's get Marlon in here if he's up and dressed and.
Anybody else? I know Reed's here. He's always fun on camera.
Oh, yeah. Troy the Slob sent me another picture. He got a Monopoly top hat.
Oh, man. That's cool.
I have not found a top hat. I have the wheelbarrow that I found with Pat that day, and the rearing horse are the two Monopoly pieces I have.
I've got 2 Scotty dogs, and that's it.
Wouldn't that be cool to put a whole set of those together for metal detecting?
Mm-hmm. Although that I
We're a
found
bunch of
that you
nerds or
see,
what? I'm telling you.
that rat I found that you see in my opening credits, the little metal rat, he's from a special Monopoly set.
Really? Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of Monopoly figurines out there, and just because you don't think it is, I mean, you look it up, there's Monopoly sets for everything.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm. And let me look back here just to see. Yeah, okay, yeah, Rob did post a link there, so somebody jump on in.
Hey, anybody else want to jump in?
There's always a good bucket lister.
Busy.
Just say
Always
yes,
something
Pat.
going
That's all
on.
you have to say.
Yeah. And if it weren't for the possibility of lurking,
I know.
uh,
Monopoly pieces are
it's more
bucket list.
coffee. You can drink on camera. I've seen you
I don't know.
things on camera.
Reed needs more coffee. We all need more coffee. Marlon says he's just getting decent here, so when Marlon gets himself organized, he can come on.
Here we go. John Long is here. Good morning, brother.
Oh, well, how freaking cool is that, Whimsy Maker? He's out digging the roots of a flower bed for spring flowers for my wife and dug a Mercury dime. Well, that's got to be freaking awesome.
Oh, wow, that does sound great.
That does sound awesome.
Good morning, Whimsy Maker, by the way.
Jim says, in my dreams, I'd like to metal detect a complete set of $20 gold coins. Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? John Long, welcome, John Long. John Long is the father of J-Man, Metal Sharks. He's just coming home from church. And welcome. He's saying howdy to everybody.
Have you guys ever checked out his channel?
With his trains?
Oh, yes. That is some cool stuff.
And not only that, every time he comes into one of the streams or I talk to him, man, the guy has just got so much historical knowledge of his area and other areas.
I was at the local fair a couple of days ago with my wife, and in the inside pavilion where everybody's got their little booths set up like the Tupperware and stuff like she does, the whole center area is taken up by this miniature circus, and it encompasses about 12 tables. And there's this old couple there, and there's no charge to look at it or nothing. This is just what they do. They follow the fairs and they set up their little circus for people just to look at. And
how freaking cool is that?
It is an absolute replica of the way the Ringling Brothers Circus was set up in 1952. And
that's just way cool.
They were in the circus at the time. They were both performers, and they're like little wizened old people now, but they were performers in the circus themselves. And he'll take you around and show you, and he's like, this is where all the short people were, the midgets, he said. You know, we could call them different things back then, but they all stayed in this section, and he had little replicas of each of them, knew them by name, you know, right? And it was just
a lot of work went into that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's like the memory of their life right there, you know? So super cool to see that. And I think John with his trains, I mean, that would be something else that would just be really fascinating to see at a local county fair, you know?
Absolutely. I mean,
where they get the ag displays and stuff.
I love trains. We put my HO trains around our Christmas tree every year when I was a kid. You had to put the trains around the Christmas tree. Good morning, Stan. Coin You Dig It is Stan from my metal detecting club. I get to hunt with Stan on Clearwater. He was one of the 2 people that responded to my invitation to hunt Clearwater Beach a few weeks ago. Him and I believe it was Ray, another new member of our club. So, and Whimsy Maker also says, in 2 pennies with the date of the house was built 56. So that 24 house that Dalton and I have been doing, that we've been pulling so many historical items out of. I also got this bracelet, which for a split second I really thought I held my breath because we thought it was real gold, Dalton and I, but it's got no markings. But the house is a 24, so we think this is a vintage little bangle bracelet from the daughter that was there back in the 30s or 40s.
Are you sure it's not a napkin ring?
It's pretty thick it's pretty big for a napkin ring. They supposedly buried some of the daughter's jewelry stuff in the backyard when she was bad. So this does go along with that story. They also supposedly buried a couple silver spoons, but we didn't find those. We did find the garbage pit. I got 2 bottles. I got that huge compact the size of a softball, and then we got 5 historical tokens plus that political. That's not the political medallion. Oh, that's my rare token. That's my rare dairy farm token. Good for 1 pint of milk. But yeah, she's asked for this, and she said, "Could I get one of those old pennies you guys found?" And I said, "Yeah, we found like 3 1919s. I can give you one of those." And she's like, "Well, my parents were born in 16. Did you by chance find a 16?" I said, "Yes, I did." So you will get the 16D Wheatie. We got 5 100-year-old plus coins off the property, right up until the point then after 40 Wheaties, Dalton pulls out an 1897 Indian head. So
I'll leave it to Dalton.
Well, I told the lady, I said, it's amazing to me I pulled so much stuff off your property, but I didn't get any silver. And she says, well, I let a guy do it about 6-8 years ago, and I think it was just somebody that skimmed the whole property real quick for silver and took all the silver. Because we dug 40 Wheaties out, and they were just 40 Wheatie signals, and this guy obviously didn't give a crap about Wheatie signals. And then all the tokens came in on zinc penny signals, so he obviously didn't worry about them either. So, and I said to her, I said, but if I can bring a buddy back with me Thursday, I said, he'll find silver. I guarantee you he'll find silver on this property. And his third hole, silver thimble. Man pulls a silver thimble out.
Yeah, he's
got more. He says, we had a guy from town who worked for Ringling Brothers, Tiny Hicks, billed as the world's tallest fat man. Okay, well, the tallest fat man, I'm never going to get that award. Maybe the shortest, but there are several circus videos with a circus display and a circus train on my channel. And there you go. There you go. John Long's got a circus train.
Yeah.
Nick says, if you could only hunt one time, I agree with the cherry picking scenario. Well, Nick, that statement's going to raise a lot of controversy because everybody likes to say, hunt it all, hunt every hole, hunt every signal, dig it all. We all love saying that, but there are days when if you have a limited time on a property, I mean, let's admit it, you're going to dig the best signals first. I mean,
yeah, but I think what Nick is saying there, if you only get one shot at it, it's like one of the last permissions I got. I knew I only had 5 hours and that was going to be it.
Yep, I remember that.
Okay, here we go. Give me those high tones. Let me hear that squeak.
I mean, I don't usually do teen signals on a property until the second or third time I'm coming back on it. But on this property, once we started pulling out the rare milk tokens, the dairy tokens with 18 and 19 signals, and then I dug a really rare Florida key fob, state of Florida key fob on a zinc penny signal. I said, you know what? This is the kind of property where you literally need to dig everything because you can't tell what it is. And then Jason, I get the worst signal in the Knox there is, which I think is a 1617. I mean, it's 100% of the time it's trash on a 1617. But I dug it, and that's when I got that little Alabama luxury tax token, Jason. That's the size of a Trime that I sent you that picture of.
So I'll never forget when I found my first 5 mil Alabama tax token. I thought I had found something just amazing until I got it cleaned up and I realized what it was, and it was super cool, but it wasn't what I thought it was. But
did you think it was a Trime? Were you hoping it was a Trime?
I did until I saw
It took
got that
me longer
star
to
on
find it
it.
in my hand with my pin
Mhm.
pointer. I mean, it was so little. My pin pointer just kept moving it around, and I finally find it, and I look down and I see the thing the size of a trime, and it's got that star on it. And I go, Dalton, I might have something. And I hand it to him, and he goes, "Well, it's not a trime, Rob, but it's a really cool find." And I had never found one of them before, so yeah, that was definitely a bucket list find for me.
I
I
see Charlie
definitely
from
like
Digging
to
It
get
Back
more
in the
tax
chat.
tokens. Welcome,
Good morning,
Charlie.
Charlie.
Morning, Charlie.
Okay. I wanted to show this off real quick. This is one of the things I'm working on for Digging with Squeak. I got this window decal going for him.
Squeak Life, digging with Squeak. That's pretty cool. And I like you got the YouTube logo there too.
Yeah. So I sent her a picture of that last night, and she said to her dad, she said, "That is badass." Oh, sorry, but it is. And he's laughing. He's like, "I have to agree with her."
Um, Jim Steele said, "As much as my body's changing, I'm gonna have to be more choosy." Yeah, Jim, you got to do what you got to do. You know, I mean, I know at the end of the day, my knees are killing me. So, which is another good reason why for me to lose weight. And Swifty says, dig it all if it's a solid signal because you never know what it might be. Well, Swifty, I'll tell you on this 1924 corner lot that Dalton and I've been doing, that is exactly dead on. I mean, we have gotten so little garbage out of this property that literally 8 out of 10 signals are good signals. I mean, I bet the entire 2 days we dug less than 5 zinc pennies. And when you get 5 zinc pennies and 42 Wheaties, that's a great freaking day.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Marty says, John
There's
Long,
not
my
going to be
local fairgrounds. Do what, Jason?
there's not going to be a weedy left in Florida by the time you guys are done.
At least not in that section.
They
I mean,
are killing
those guys
it, man.
cleaned out my honey hole in one afternoon.
That was a great property, Pat. But yeah, Pat's like, I've never got more than 3 Wheaties off a day. You guys come over here, you got 23.
Yeah, it's like, damn. But that property kept producing right up until the last. You know, if they
I bet if we all went back there
booted me
tomorrow,
off the
Pat,
permission, I'd still be getting good stuff there.
Yep. Reed says he's with you. So, morning, Dale. Yeah, I gotta. What did I do with guys? My meeting's tomorrow, and I've got so much bags of stuff here that I've got to get organized to go. But I will be bringing this, Pat. I will be bringing this. My very first one.
Sweet.
It's nowhere near the shape yours is in because it's all crinked at the back, but I didn't care. When I found that, I was so excited.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I think
Oh,
I've
and
only
Jason's
ever
here.
found one of those that wasn't crushed.
Another find, Jason, off the same property that Ford centerpiece come off of, and we haven't been able to identify this yet. It's brass because I nicked it, as you can see there, but I don't know if this is some type of belt hook or a sash hook or something that this you hooked it and sent it in, but it's don't know what that is. I'm going to put that on ID me.
It looks oddly familiar.
Well, I'll tell you something. Cynthia was the first
Something
one
you can see at a vet's office.
Who knows? Maybe you could find this in an old barn or something. But Cynthia was the first one to identify that mezuzah. When I put it on there, she immediately said, "That's a Jewish mezuzah," and I'm like, "Okay, what the heck is a mezuzah?" And she said it's a Jewish scroll holder that either holds the Ten Commandments or a Jewish prayer, and that's the thing that the Jewish people hang above their door frame to ward off evil. And my sister was married to a Jewish guy who we refer to as DH, and we'll just let that go at that. But his father's a nice guy, and he's taken rabbi training. And I sent him a picture of that, and he immediately came back and said, "Rob, that's a mezuzah. It's a Jolly Green Giant overall clip." Well, that's pretty accurate there, Jim. No, Nick, I haven't gotten an idea on that yet. Nick says Model T or Model A stuff's always good to find. John says Leon County Fairgrounds are really old. Yeah, I would love to hunt an old circus fairgrounds. My first trip metal detecting with my brand new detector 4 years ago. I went to a church lot. They have a field next to it where they always hold a carnival every year that the church gets the rent from the carnival and it makes them money. And I didn't realize that the carnival had been there the weekend before. I didn't know that. And I went there and I just started finding fresh drop quarter. I mean, quarters were like coming out of the sky. And then I found that huge biker's ring with the pyramid and the Mayan god on it. And I'm like, it's still my biggest ring I've ever found. It was my first ring on my 5th day metal detecting. And then I got a pocket knife, and all this stuff wasn't even buried. It was just like half in the dirt, half laying on top. You could see it. And I was like, this is the easiest hobby in the world. I'm gonna get rich. Rings are falling out of the sky. And then I didn't find another ring for 5 months.
It's like the beginning of it, it's like, I didn't even find a pull tab.
I didn't realize till the second time I drove there, and there was still the sign that they hadn't taken down announcing the fair was going to be there. And then it said last weekend. And then I went back. I've been going back every year now. And the problem is the fair has modernized, and they have the one centralized ticket booth now, and you don't walk around with money; you just get the ticket. So nobody's carrying money around for each of the rides or booths now. Yeah, Reed wants to get permission for the old rodeo grounds. I would love to do a rodeo grounds, Reed. Jim Steele says, I have 3 1870s yards I'm working on now. Geez, Jim, if we get one 1870s yard a year down here in Florida, it's a great day. Swifty says he thinks it's a lat for a chastity belt. See, Pat, he beat you to that one.
That's my man. See, I was trying not to let it go, but no, it definitely seems like a latch for one of those.
I gotta go. Where is my bag?
Hate it when they cover up big old parking lots like that with concrete or asphalt.
Here it is, guys. It's right here.
You get all that acreage where they're parking right now for the fair. They decide to move the fairgrounds and they'll like slab that.
Here it is, right here, guys. There is the Florida. It's got the state of Florida logo on it. You can see the key fob part on the top. Also found this on the 24 property. You can see the wings on the eagle. And what's really weird is that the eagle's face is facing towards the arrows, which is usually the only way the Americans do the eagle on time of war. But yeah, it's got nothing on the box, no writing, no manufacturer. But that came in on a zinc penny signal, guys. So I know people personally that won't dig zinc penny signals, and I think this is the kind of stuff you're missing if you're not digging your zinc penny signals.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got me the.
Looks like is that not a watch fob, Rob?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Is a fob. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could have been
and
a key fob.
4-leaf clover.
Yeah, it's actually the. Let me. It's actually the eagle on it. That's the state of Florida.
Yeah, I just realized that's a 4-leaf clover. I didn't realize that the first time I saw it.
Oh, I didn't realize that either. Yeah, you're right. See the little clover leaf bottom there.
Yeah, and you see the stem coming out the bottom.
Yep.
How did you miss that?
I didn't realize that because I was so concentrating on the eagle with the state of Florida logo on it. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to type in state of Florida logo, and I can't find anything like this. Dalton thinks it's really early. And then the weirdest find, or the coolest find, and I'm probably going to get dirt all over the place, is the compact that's the size of a softball.
Mm-hmm. That is huge.
And this is one of the powder puff ones because you can see the powder puff cloth right there. It's like the big, and then there's broken glass in there, so I know it had the mirror for your face, and it's got the hinge on the back. But I have not tried to open this yet. We're gonna do an opening on this later. But all that stuff came off of one property. It's been the best property we've had probably since Troy's. We call it the Lisa property for the homeowner.
Mm-hmm.
That was
You
the one
talking
where
about
we hit.
zinc?
Go ahead.
You was talking about zinc penny signals. The very first skeleton key I ever found was on a zinc penny signal, and it was in the parking lot at the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
Yep. It's about 8 inches deep.
Wow. Marty says he's got 99 silver coins off his fairgrounds. He needs one more. Marty's been killing that fairgrounds forever.
You just got to keep putting in the time.
John says you want old ground. Check out the Metcalf, Georgia area just over the Florida line. Well, that might be something Kay can hit on her trip.
I have got to jump out of here for a few. And
Carl asked, does anyone have a use for the found vape pens? It seems a waste to throw them away. I have until 2 weeks ago, and now I have 6 more. Carl, I get at least 1 or 2 every time I do Clearwater Beach, and most of them are still active because they got the little light on them. I just toss them. I don't even take them to my meetings. I just toss them. So yeah, Carl, I don't know what to do with them.
I am out of here, but I will see y'all in a little bit at the mayor stream.
We will see you at Mayor's.
All righty. Bye-bye.
See you, Pat.
So Jason, you just getting more stuff done around the house?
Oh man, I have gotten stuff. I've put stuff off and put stuff off. Like I said, at one point, YouTube kind of consumed me, and that's all I did all the time. And then I put other stuff off, and I let that go, and I let this go. So I have been trying to get some things taken care of since I've been retired. And so
every time I look at you, I just say retirement and you at your age the words just don't match up.
It doesn't sound right because I guess I'm not retired. All I did was retire from the state retirement system just so I could work and do other things. So, but I'm definitely not retired. So, because I've been busier since I retired than I was before I retired. So,
now, when you say busy, do you mean busy around the house, or are you still going into work part time?
no, I started my own business and I've been working around the house. So,
Because I know you did that video that said basically that YouTube was consuming you and you were going to step back a little bit.
Yeah, I did, and it was just, I don't know, it was taking too much time away from the family and taking too much time away from all the other chores and stuff I needed to do around the house. So,
let me answer Carl real quick. I've heard they have lithium batteries, so if they do, they probably shouldn't go in the landfill. Well, you're probably right there, Carl. Maybe check with the local recycling place, see if they take them. And Jason, you were wow, I knew if I answered Carl, this would go right out of my head, and it did.
Wow. Well, that's what a good host does, is he pays attention to his viewers and answers their questions.
Well, you know what? I thank everybody that's in here. I do get a little jealous that 5 minutes after Marlon's on, he's got 10 people more than my peak. And, I wish I had those people, but Marlon's very interactive. He's got the co-host. He's very interactive. I try to be very interactive with my guests. I think they like it, my viewers. And yet I go to other chats where there's 2 or 3 people chatting, and they just talk to those 2 or 3 people on the screen, and they just ignore all the chat going on and all the questions. And I have no desire to be in a chat like that. If you're just ignoring the people that are doing the conversation on your side and you're not paying any attention to them, those people are going to get tired of talking to each other if the hosts aren't interacting with them. So yeah, I want us to interact with the people here.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Marlon. I'm going to pick your brains one of these days about how cool your live stream is.
Nick Haas, I haven't heard from Freddie. Last I heard from Freddie was right after he stopped producing videos. I know he was going through a lot of personal stuff, so I hadn't heard from him in several months.
Thank you, Reed. Yeah, CRS is definitely kicking in, Swifty. Can't remember crap. You taking everybody out? Oh, the whole menagerie is going outside here. Let's see. We got a big dog. We got a white cat. We got a black cat. Everybody's loving their outside time. Okay.
Taking the kids outside.
That's it. That's it. We are doggy sitting a black lab for 2 weeks, but she's wonderful. But when she lays around the house, she lays around the house. It's one big dog.
see Charlie.
No worries, Merlin. Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. Hey, Rob, you're ignoring me. LOL. Well, get your ass on the stream, Charlie. Here, I typed it in again, Charlie. Good morning, Mr. Dennis.
Rob, did you see Charlie's comment earlier about his new toy?
No. Is that why he said I'm ignoring him?
He needs to come on and tell us about it.
Yes. Let me go back. I'm jealous. You still got a few that are on my list. Okay. I guess I got to go back further than that.
Oh, yeah. It was a while back.
What do you get? What new toy do you get?
He needs to come on and tell us about it.
Okay. Charlie, come on. Marlon says he's going to be live 30, no time to shower. Marlon, you got 45 minutes to get a shower.
Oh, now he says, no, I was joking.
What was he joking that he got?
He said he got him a what is it? Blue Nemo.
The Blue Nemo kit. Okay, he's coming on.
Hey, what's up? You're not ignoring me no more.
I'm a busy man, Charlie.
I know you are.
Did you really get a Blue Nemo?
Yeah, I just picked it up. I've been wanting to get it, and then to be honest with you, Rob, the other day we were talking. You were telling me about we're on the phone, and you were telling me about TJ, and you made up that point, man. Just live life and go for it. So I went ahead and pulled the trigger and got it. So I want to get out there. It's only 10 feet, but that's where people are. They're generally waist high in the water anyway, waist to chest. So that's where I'm gonna go out and look for some goodies.
Well, well, for you guys that don't know, well, I'm sure most everybody here knows because they watched my video and it's gotten great response. My Ring Finders video, where 5 of us went out to Clearwater Beach, and in under 30 seconds, one of the 5 guys found the lady's gold ring. And, it turned out to be one of the local firefighters from Clearwater there, his girlfriend. So we were happy to do that service to support the fire department there in Clearwater. Because Clearwater Mike, one of the guys in Ring Finders, he's retired from Clearwater Fire Department. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, our club president is Howard, whose channel is Epic Adventures in Paradise here on YouTube, and a bunch of you have gone to subscribe to him, and thank you. Well, Howard just got certified as a diver, and he also bought the Blue Nemo kit, Charlie, that goes down 10 feet. So we got, not to interrupt my story, but I see Denise carrying a 12-foot ladder out to the front of the house, and now I hear Denise on the roof of the house, and I'm wondering what the F she's doing on the roof of the house. But Athena, the black and white cat, if you don't keep an eye on her, she hops on top of the little house that I built for our pool pump, and she jumps from the roof of the pool pump house to the roof of the shed, and then to the flat roof, and then to the big roof. So I bet she's getting Athena off the roof right now.
Man,
that reminds you talk about firefighters and cats. That reminds me of an old story. If you don't mind if I tell it,
you go right ahead. I'm going to go tell it, Jason. I'm going to go make sure Denise is okay.
Yeah. 20-something years ago, I was on a police department in a city a good bit north of me now, and one of the firefighters was on duty one night, and this lady called in, and she said that her cat was up a tree. Well, the firefighter responded to her and asked her, was her cat on fire? She said, no, her cat wasn't on fire. He said, well, call me back when your cat catches fire. Oh, a few days later, wow. the same lady called back, told him her cat was up a tree, and he's like, well, have you ever seen a cat skeleton in a tree? He was bound and determined he was not going to help that woman get that cat out of the tree.
So how you been, buddy? You been out digging at all, or I know it's been a minute.
I went out let's see, this past Thursday. I'm in a hunting club, at least a few counties north of me, and there's like a couple of old sites on there. There's an old home site on that property, and there's an old church site on the property, and an old school site on the property. So I did a little bit of detecting around them. Didn't really find anything at the school site, the church site, but I did find the home site and found some pretty neat stuff.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I
Denise,
took
the
Cat
firewoman, has rescued the cat from the roof. I had to go hold the ladder for her while she carried the cat down. Never a dull moment around here. We don't even have kids. Well, anyway, to continue the story, Charlie, we got a call of a lost ring. A guy was sitting on his sailboat at the marina, and he put a bunch of suntan lotion on, and then he was kind of like sitting on the thing, and he had his hand facing down, and with the suntan lotion, his medical school class ring went right off his finger over the edge of the sailboat, right down into it was like 6 feet of water, but it was all that marina muck bottom. And Howard went out there with his blue dive. What do you call it? The Blue Nemo.
Yeah.
He had the mouthpiece in with his wife up top, with the rig off the pier, and he used his little knock to pulse dive, and he was able to get a signal through the muck and come up with the guy's ring. It was a great ring recovery. So yeah, you're going to do real well with that thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, and I got the pulse dive for Christmas, so perfect match, So why
I swear
not?
to God, I think I have omnipotent powers. We're talking about Howard. Charlie, he comes up. Look at that. Good morning, everyone. Epic Adventures in Paradise. Everybody we talk about comes into the stream. So anyway,
I saw that.
Well,
yeah, when he
start
popped up,
talking
I was
about
like,
millions of dollars, Rob.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? I'm predicting people are going to start sending me lottery tickets.
There you go. Winning lottery tickets.
Winning lottery tickets. Good morning, Howard. We were just telling about your great ring find with the scuba diving equipment right after you got certified and using the knock to pulse dive. So, Charlie, do you have one of those?
What's that?
That little pulse dive, knock to pulse dive machine?
Yeah, I had gotten one for Christmas. I haven't even took it out of the box yet. So yeah, I'm set. And I just purchased the Excalibur 2. I got a really good deal from Jeff, Tommy's friend Jeff Noble. He set me up a really good price on one, so I picked that up. It needs a little bit of service, but still, by the time I get it back, I think I paid less than half price for one.
Oh, that's right.
So,
yeah, you told me you got that.
Great.
Yeah, so I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It should be. I know Martin Randolph Relic Recovery has a little lake near his place with a lot of swimming people, and he texted me this week and asked me how the water's been on the Gulf because he knows I've been up in the Gulf hunting. And I said it's chilly when you first get in, but when you start getting signals and you're concentrating, you forget all about the temperature of the water. And with me having that right knee of mine that aches like hell, as soon as I get in that cold water, it freezes that knee, and I feel 10 times better. So, yeah, I've already been waist deep in the water in February and March already down here in Florida. So I said, go for it. Go to your little beach, get your knocks in the water, because every year when his beach starts getting busy, that little lake, he starts finding rings. Randolph Relic Recovery does.
Yeah, and I love the water hunt because it takes that weight, like you said, it takes the weight off.
Yes. Yeah, I can hunt in the water, Charlie, a lot longer than I can hunt on the beach because you're right. There's no pressure on my knee. And I probably shouldn't mention this because it sounds disgusting, but the problem is I don't like to do the water part first, Charlie, because if I get out and then start doing the dry, the wet suit chafes my leg, my inner leg, and it's just the more you walk and that rubs with that wet suit. So now I try and do the dry sand first and then finish up with the wet, so I'm not walking around afterwards. But you always want to stay longer, so you start walking the dry beach more because you don't want to stop.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Howard says the guy was throwing crackers to seagulls on his boat. Oh, and then the second was the guy that was putting bug lotion. Oh, so he's done 2 underwater recoveries. Okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay, Dennis asked a good question, Charlie. Maybe you can answer it. Do you have to get a dive certification with your Nemo?
No, not with the no, you don't.
Because
I'm
it's only 10
certified for
feet, right?
yeah, it's only 10 feet. I'm certified for diving anyways, but no, I just purchased this off of Amazon and boom, there's a suggestion list that, you should be able to know how to swim, obviously, but uh just knowing your limits about how long you can hold your breath without, the air, stuff like that. But you're only down 10 feet, so I think you'd be all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an open water diver too, but I haven't dove in a long time. But
Mhm.
my sister was how do I say this politely? My sister was moving around a lot in her transient days, and she has full dive gear, so we've been storing it for her. Yeah, that's the politest way I can say that, JJ. Um, so we stored her dive gear, and she's got two tanks and the the regulator and everything. So I actually tried them in Denise's pool last summer, because they're 15 years old, and everything worked great. And then I tried them out when I got my little Nocta Pulse dive. I threw a few coins in the bottom of Denise's pool, and it worked great. So I do have to get the tanks, recertified if I want to use them to actually go dive with. But the one lake we have around our house that has a beach. That's the day I tried the Nocta Pulse dive, Charlie, with that full face shield mask that I
Yeah,
bought.
right,
That
right.
yeah, that's going for sale on eBay. I can't. I just couldn't get the hang of that full face
Yeah, I'm
breathing.
glad you caught me on that because I was about to pick one up and you said don't do it. So I was like,
No,
oh, okay.
because I should have done more research before I bought it. Everybody said unless I bought the one that was like $23 on Amazon. They said unless you get the one that's like $100 and some dollars, that's the professional one that's made out of neoprene rubber instead of plastic. That's got the correct baffles and everything. They actually have said that some of the dive places in Hawaii that rent those cheap ones, they have actually had people pass out from using them because they don't expel all the spent air, so you're breathing back in your carbon monoxide.
Ah,
So
Carbon
yeah,
dioxide.
or dioxide. Thank you.
yeah, that'd be, yeah.
Well, I can't use a regular
Jim
mask
says when he was a kid,
anyway.
his swimming instructor told him if he fell out of the boat, go straight to the bottom and run like hell.
Uh,
If I ever intend to do any diving, I've got to shave. I can't get a mask to seal over my mustache. I can't do it. Every one I've ever tried to use leaks.
Even if you
oh
put it
wow.
really tight.
Oh yes, yes. I've had some people say to put like Vaseline or whatever in it
Mhm.
to help it seal, but I mean, I'm not carrying Vaseline out to the beach to rub in my mustache. Just,
It wouldn't look
I
good, but
mean,
Hey, there's the perv at
yeah,
the end of the beach there, waxing his mustache with Vaseline.
yeah.
oh man.
And to answer Jeff, yes, there is gators in that lake, Jeff. They generally don't come near the swimming areas. Um, most of the gators in Florida are, if you make a noise and splash, they will turn around and go the other way, unless you get the morons here that have been feeding them, feeding them crackers. That's why I tell people this, and that's a good question, Jeff. I tell everybody that doesn't live in Florida this, and Charlie's going to agree with this as soon as I say this. Treat every single body of water in the state of Florida as if it has an alligator in it, because you know why? It probably does. I
Yeah,
don't care if
including the
it's
bracket stuff.
the brackish stuff, retention ponds, drainage ponds, canals on the side of the road. To what, D? Yeah, even swimming pools.
Yep.
How many people wake up down here with this? Even with the screened in pools, they just punch through the screen. And when I went to the police academy down here, Jason, they had a guy come in from Game and Freshwater Fish Commission, and they brought a small alligator in, about a 3 foot alligator in, and they teach you how to rope and tie up an alligator down here in training.
Wow.
Mhm.
Not that
Always
not that
carry
Rob's not going to be calling those guys to come do that, but
yeah,
I was
carry a
fishing with
towel in
Denise's
your
dad.
vehicle.
I was fishing with Denise's dad once, and he caught a baby alligator while we were fishing, and he kept showing it to me. And I swear to God, he did this to me. He said, "Rob," he opened up the alligator's mouth, and he said, "Rob, put your finger in to see how sharp that tooth was." And I did, and he let go of the alligator's jaw, and that alligator chomped down on my finger and put a hole right through the tip of my finger. And he thought it was the funniest freaking thing he'd ever done.
Mm.
I didn't think you were going to be stupid enough to do it. So, yeah.
I got to jump out of here, guys. I got to pick up my wife right now. But take care, everybody.
She can
See
wait.
everybody in the
She
chat.
can wait, Charlie. What the heck? She can wait.
Yeah.
No, not a
No.
smart man.
If I want to keep doing what I'm doing, I better keep her happy.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
It's
We'll see you
okay
guys.
for you to wait on her, but not okay for her to wait on you.
That's right. Good morning, Miss Brenda.
Hey, Miss Brenda. I'm gonna have to
Jeff
jump out of
says-
here too,
Jeff says to
Rob.
keep breathing out of your nose, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cynthia says they got plenty of gators in Georgia too. I would imagine.
We've had a big increase in gators here in South Mississippi lately.
You guys get any crocodiles up there too? We get the occasional crocodile down here too.
Never heard of that.
Nick says, how long is that brass doohickey you found? Well, Nick, it just so happens we have the mini Stanley tape measure we have here on the desk. So it is exactly 7-inch long, Nick. Exactly 7 inches. But then again, that's a guy's measurement, so you know. But there, 7 inches. I'm not going any further past that, Jason.
You won't hear nothing from me.
Yeah. So 7 inches.
You know, that's got to, I wonder if that's part of like I don't know that latch on it. Like you say, it looks like it sits down in a slot and turns.
Yep.
Like off of I don't know, maybe off of some sort of bag, maybe off of surely it's 7 inches. That's big to be off of a saddle or something.
Well, maybe like a reins guide with the reins or straps going through it. I mean, only thing I could think of was horse tack. That's all I could think of. But you know, it also came out of the yard with the Ford center hubcap, and also Troy found a rocket shaped hood emblem that seemed a little small for a car hood. Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on, General Dighold coming in.
I'm gonna have to jump out of here, Rob.
All right, Jason. Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for coming in for so long, man. I'm so happy you retired. I'm so happy you feel better, and because you're looking good, man.
Thanks.
So
I appreciate
right now,
it. Take care, man.
treating you really well.
We'll see you.
All righty, buddy. Reed says Pat's not here. That joke was close enough. We started at 11. I thought Marlin starts at 11:30. Is that from an old vacuum? Well, that's an interesting observation, Marty. That'd be awful big to come from an old vacuum, but I don't know. I'm taking suggestions, guys.
Looks like
Morning,
a
Jeff. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks. Good. I was out yesterday. Didn't find too much. Found a few bits there in the cleaner at the moment, but I just thought I'd bring that ring down and show you. It's clean now.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
And it don't fit that finger, look. So, like that guy was saying, that's a man's ring for sure.
Well, was he right pretty much in his description that they were a little smaller than what we are now?
Yeah, I think he was right. Yeah. And here's the Roman coin. Oops, I can never get it right with the camera.
Now, is that silver?
Yeah, and then
that's gorgeous looking. God, silver stays so nice on the ground. Silver just stays so nice.
They don't deteriorate at all.
No,
not at all. And then here's another one I found just last week. I've been really lucky this year, Rob. I've had maybe 6 Roman silvers this year alone. That's just silvers. And then
now, are any of those writing on there give a year?
Well, we could generally tell with the emperor.
Okay.
Approximately what
From the time period that emperor
yeah,
reigned.
the one I've just shown you.
See, I like that one. That one is cool as hell with the overstamping.
Yeah, that one's nice. There we go. Is that better? Yeah. Now that come from a field that I've done a million times, but when I can't be able to travel too far, I just pop up the road because the field's up the road there, and I just say, well, I'll give it another shot. And generally, I come away with one. Sometimes, if I'm lucky, 2 or 3 Roman coins, because I found all sorts of Roman stuff on there: rings, brooches, even a trumpet part of a trumpet, a Roman trumpet. That the mouthpiece. And I did a lot of research into it. Because I thought, well, surely they would have made the trumpet just in one piece. But no, they actually had mouthpieces and
kind of like how they make them now.
Yeah. And this was a Roman mouthpiece. I'll show it you one day. But I also find a lot of this stuff. Look.
Wow.
That's Nazi
that
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a badge. I did some research into that.
What is
anybody
that?
who's been wounded in the field gets one of them.
So it's their version of a Purple Heart?
No. That would be the Iron Cross, wouldn't it? Their version of the
Iron
Purple
Cross is the German Purple Heart. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I've heard so many, I've watched so many shows where German officers got an Iron Cross, but I didn't realize that was their version.
Yeah, but there's also different versions of the Iron Cross. I mean, if you get one with oak leaves, that's the really top one. You generally see the generals like Rommel, and this is what you call a Mutterkreuz. In other words, a mother's cross. Now, if you look on the back, you can see in that. No, I can't point to it. There, it's just there's a little tint of gold there. If you see.
Oh yes.
Okay, so this was a gold one. There were 3 types. There were gold, silver, and bronze. If you got the gold one, that was for mothers who had 8 children or more. In other words, fodder for the German Reich.
Right. So you're right.
Yeah, and there's a date on there as well. If you look, it's
See, Reed knew what that was immediately. Reed lived for a long time in Germany. He's married to a German lady, so Reed immediately said that's a mother's cross.
Yeah, it is. That's a mother's cross. Yeah. Then I've got other stuff with swastikas on. I'm not sure if that's very clear, or if I've got it upside down, maybe. Yeah, I've got it
right there, that way. Yep.
That way, is it? Yeah. There you can see the wings. Yeah.
Yep. Now, what was that off of?
The eagle. I think this is a police badge, and where that white spot is in the middle, that's where the swastika will be.
Ah, okay.
There's a white spot in the middle, right? It's difficult there at the end of my fingertip.
Yep.
There'll be a swastika in there. Yeah, and then I've got, I don't know what this is, but that's got a swastika on it. Look.
Well, maybe Reed's seen one of those before.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I've got quite a lot of stuff. I've got
buddy, I'll tell you something. If I hit the lottery tomorrow, I'd be over there the next week digging with you. But trust me.
Well, I'm telling you now, Rob. You're welcome. Let me tell you something about me. What you don't know, right? I'm a Brit, obviously, but I live in Austria. I worked for a US company for over 20 years, a scuba diving company. So when you was talking about diving, I'm familiar. I've dived on. In fact, I've dived where you live, a place called Ginny Springs, or in the north of Florida.
Yeah, I've never dove there, but I know Ginny Springs. Tommy, River Sticks Outdoors, who was here in the beginning of the chat, he's dove Ginny Springs.
Beautiful. It's like you're not in water. It's like you're floating in air. The clarity is so fantastic. In fact, the guy that took me in there, I didn't pay to go in. I worked for a US scuba diving magazine called Immersed, based in New York City for 20 years. they had a meeting down in Florida. They invited me over. I came over. We went to an alligator roast. I didn't eat any though. And a guy named Steve Berman, who worked at Ginny Springs, took me in there because I'd never done any cave diving before. I'd done plenty of wreck diving. But anyway, he took me in there, and a few years later, he was mapping the caves, and he died in there, ran out of air or something, and he died in there, just maybe 20 yards away from his stage bottle. So that was a shame. I've also dived North Carolina on 2 occasions, loads of wrecks and sharks out there. I've dived the early warning system off the coast of New Jersey. In the 1950s and 60s, you had an early warning system against the Russia in case there was sending anything over. And there was a series of, they looked like oil towers, and there was right on the edge of the continental shelf, running up and down the eastern seaboard of the US to give early warnings. And one of them was shaking and rocking in the 60s in a bad storm, and said, you need to come and get us because this thing is not stable. But they never made it. The thing went down. They called it the Texas Tower. If anybody wants to look about it, read up about it. And it went down with all the American sailors or soldiers on board, and nobody was recovered. I dived that.
How deep was that?
Oh, it was quite deep. I think it started at about 100 feet and went down quite a ways.
Corey the treasure hunter says your one piece he thinks is part of a dagger inlay, and Reed thought your badge at the end was a civil engineer badge.
Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to. Oh, I've even got a silver coin up with a swastika on there.
Now, what is that? 2 what? 2 Pfennig?
No, it'll be 2 Reichsmark.
2 Reichsmarks. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Howard, who we were talking about earlier doing the diving, he says him and his wife have friends on Hayling Island in the UK, and they would like to go see them after COVID and do some metal detecting there.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to come back to the story, cutting you short there, sorry.
It's all right.
I work for another company in New York called OMS, Ocean Management Systems. It was started by a guy in New York who's still John Griffiths, his name is. I still stay in touch with him. I got to meet all the famous American divers. There's a thing called wreck detectives, I think, in America, called wreck detectives. John Chatterton, been on that. What's that?
I've heard that name. I've heard of that name.
Yeah, I know John Chatterton quite well. Richie Kohler, I know them. Anyway, America was really good to me. They looked after me, and I fell in love with America. I've been all over America. I fell in love with it.
That you told me. You told me you've been all over the States, Texas, everywhere.
Yeah, I was there last year. I was detecting at Roswell last year. And anyway, so America was good to me. I fell in love with the country. I fell in love with the people. Just really good to me. And Americans are always welcome at my house. If anybody who is still on your channel now and they want to come, I'm more than happy to entertain them here for a week or so. If they want to come.
Thank you so much. That would be a life stream come true right there.
That's my way of paying Americans back for what they did for me. So yeah, great country until Joe Biden got in anyway.
So you don't have any contracts going right now?
No, I'm retired. I'm 72 in a couple of months. So
get out. Are you really?
Yeah.
Well, that's 10 years older than I thought you were.
Yeah, June the 13th, 72. But I was diving the other day. I wrote it on your thing here. There are some tributaries that run into the Danube. When the Romans first came up there, they came up these tributaries, and I've been told that there's Roman stuff in these tributaries. They're not really deep, the one that we went to, and I was diving it. Well, I can't say diving because it's not deep enough to dive, but you can snorkel it. And I went in there with one of those Nocta things that you were just talking about. But I couldn't hear it because I got a hood on. It was so cold. I mean, it's snowing here today, but and I couldn't hear that Nocta. But I've got another one, a Garrett, that goes up to 60 meters with headphones. I'm getting that back this weekend, and I'll go
Nice.
down there again next week and put the headphones on and see if I can find anything. But it works up to 60 meters, but this is only not more than 3 feet deep.
Well, Weigold says he thought you were in your 50s, and Marty asked, what part of Austria are you in?
I'm between Vienna and Bratislava. Bratislava, that's Slovakia. And today they've just literally closed down the whole country. You can't travel from one district to the next. You're not allowed to go. You've got to stay in your own district. All the shops are closed. Everything's closed. Nobody can go to work. You can't come out the country. And that's literally 10 to 15 minutes down the road. But I'm in Austria. Between Vienna and Austria, if you look on a map and look for a place called Hunsheim, I'll spell it. Or if you look Heimberg, spelt Hainberg. I think it's BE or is it BU? I can't remember. Heimberg on the Donau. That means Heimberg on the Danube. Because the Danube's just down the road. And I'm 15 minutes from Bratislava, 45 minutes from Vienna. So if you look for Heimberg on the Donau,
like I say, Reed used to live in Germany. He says after this COVID's crap over, he needs to make a run down south and see the general.
Yeah.
And Jim says he doesn't feel good at 66. He's not sure if he wants to get to 72. And Stan says, you're just a lad. Because my buddy Stan's a little older.
Is he? I'm just a lad. Yeah, I feel
you're just
like
a lad.
Yeah. I've got no problems. I've got diabetes. I've had it for over 20 years, but I'm still active. I must have been detecting 10 hours yesterday. And then when I came home, I went and got some wood and chopped it all up and for the fire because it got cold. So no problems. I put a brand new roof on this place on my own when I was 68, virtually on my own. Carried all the tiles up, not shingles, tiles. And each tile weighs about 12 pounds. And I've carried 7 up. So figure that out. 7 tens of 70s.
Yeah, 78, something like that.
84 pounds each.
John Long says he had a 9-foot gator trapped by a licensed professional that was in his yard, and he went for the food and hiding. So that's one way. Yeah, I'll tell you something. We had that video down here of we knew it was a little St. Charles Cavalier, which is a form of what kind of dogs are they? Terriers? A fancy Cocker Spaniel. But I'm sure you've seen the video of that guy that jumped in the pond behind his house to rescue his little Cocker Spaniel puppy that the gator came up on the shore and grabbed him. So you don't see the gator grab the dog. You see the guy jump in the water, and he's wading underwater, and he gets his hands underwater, and he comes up with like this 3.5, 4-foot gator, and the gator's got the dog in its mouth.
Oh God!
So the dog, he gets the dog out to where the dog can breathe, and you hear it yapping, and he's fighting with the gator, and he finally forces the gator open enough that the dog falls out and runs up in the yard. That happened right here locally near us in Florida.
Wow! You say
it's an incredible video. It's on YouTube. It's an incredible video.
What's the title? I'm going to have a look at that. I'll probably just put in Gator Gets Dog.
Man rescues puppy from alligator.
Okay, I'll check that out. I will check that out. But yeah, anybody who's on the chat now, if you want to come, I don't mind.
Howard says he's pretty excited about your offer too.
Yeah, and I don't mind looking after Americans. It's been good to me. It's a great country. I should have moved there when I was young, but I didn't.
Well, one of my best friends, Jeff, is from. Hang on. He's from. Crap. Where's Andy from? Begins with a K in England.
He's from Scotland.
Scotland, Keighley. He's from Falkland, in England, in Scotland, and
Falkirk.
Falkirk. I'm sorry, that's it. Falkirk.
Yeah.
And he was telling me he came over here at 16. His family wanted him to come over here so he had a better life. His family's from the tenement projects there, and he came over here at 16, Jeff, and he has never looked back.
Yeah, no, I know. I wish I'd have come, but don't get me wrong. I've got a beautiful place, 4-bedroom. But when I bought it, it was a wreck. It had been empty 18, 20 years, and I just totally refurbished it. Got a swimming pool, 4 bedrooms. It stands in its own ground, big garden, barbecue area. Got everything, and I left school at 15. You know, and I put a lot of this down to America because they looked after me. I made some good money working for them companies in the US, and they looked after me. I mean, looked after me.
You keep describing your place. We're not going to want to leave there.
Yeah, well, that's all right. We can charge you rent.
We'd probably pay it too. When I was in college, I actually blew off a semester of college. I had a chance to stay with a cousin of a friend of mine from high school that lived in Brighton, England, and I bought a one-way ticket to Brighton, and I used his flat as a basis. But I was able to get, obviously this is way before the channel and all that, but I was able to take the ferry over to the continent, and I took a train, and I stayed in Cologne for a week in Germany, and which I thought was one of the most beautiful and cleanest cities I'd ever been to in my life. And I went and visited an old girlfriend in Germany, and but I stayed at some youth hostels and backpacked through Germany, and I just thought it was one of the most beautiful places. And every single person there was friendly and warm and welcoming, and like 70% of them spoke English. So
you can't go wrong.
No communication problems at all.
Yeah, because I thought I was going to have a problem when I first moved over here about 20 years ago. And but no, I just found everybody, or 99% of the people, spoke English. So, but I did learn German, because I just thought, when anybody comes to our country or America, you always say, well, you got to learn English, so it's only fair that I should learn German. I thought,
And Reed learned German. Reed talks German on the. Him and Tommy talked a little German in the stream last week. I've got a question here. Rob, did you place your order for dive shoes? I have not bought dive shoes yet. After looking at them, I'm looking at Croc type shoes or the dive boots. I wore Crocs to the beach last week, Carl, and that was a mistake of mine. I wore them because my little footy shoes kept filling up, but the Crocs were even worse for filling up. That was a mistake taking my Crocs to the beach. I don't want anything with water getting in and out because the shells come in and out. And then if one of those little shells stands up this way and you walk on it, then you got to take the damn boots off and get that shell out of the heel of your skin. So I want to go to a dive boot that comes up at least that far with the zipper, and then they have the Velcro that goes over the zipper so the zipper doesn't fall down. That's what I'm probably going to be looking at. But guys, I'm getting people telling me that Marlon's video starts in 9 minutes. So yes, thanks for asking, Carl. So let's wrap this up, Jeff, and we'll all get together and go over see Marlon at his video and enjoy some of his fun games that he does. And we'll go ahead and meet over there. And I thank everybody for hanging out with me for 2.5 hours.
Before I go, Rob, is it okay if I say that I've got a Facebook group called Global Metal Detectors? I've got 1,700 subscribers, and I often post my finds and stuff on there. So that's Global Metal Detectors.
There you go, guys. Global Metal Detectors. Jeff's website. He's going to post some of those great Roman finds. Wow, 1,700. That's a big group there.
Yeah.
John Long says he likes his side zipper dive boots. I think that's probably the kind I'm going to get, John. John, people are recommending it to me. Howard, my club president, has a pair like that. And with as much water hunting as I want to do this summer, yeah, I need to get me a nice pair of dive boots. I've got that jar with the $49, guys, that we did the giveaway on Guessing the Money. I'm going to take that to the Coinstar, pour it in for Amazon, and that's what I'm going to buy my dive boots with. So, Jim, thank you for another great Sunday. Reed, thank you very much. Marty, Carl, great. Stan, thank you. Wygold, Cecil, Demon Rat, thanks, guys. Jeff, thanks for being in with me again today. And
great show.
Thank you. And we'll see you over at Marlon's, buddy.
Yep. Take care, buddy.
Guys.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Thanks. We'll see you all over at Marlon's, buddies. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you over at Marlins. Take care, everybody. Thanks for being here.